Okay, welcome back to part 2 of TweenService tutorial. Today I'm going to be going over Bezier curves, which is a way to show curves in computer graphics. They're relatively simple. You just have to follow a not at all complicated formula. An example on how you can use this, I've developed a little demo project. You can sort of see, especially in this instance, the curvature of the projectile that allows it to go on like different paths that aren't linear. I'll link to this will be in the description if you want to check it out. So there are only 2 functions in this, and this one you actually don't have to use. There's only really one main function you have to mess with, and that's Bezier object create. Let's go over some of the parameters here. First, you have tweenCurve, which weirdly enough is just the constant of the library. This is just required because parts of the library are accessed within the tween service. Whatever, just put it in, and you can find the first X value. Yeah, 44 is great. 42 is fine. Second X value, 266, sure. 173. Third X value, 61, 398. Now you can have a 4th point, but it's not required. You can even just have 2 points, although that's useless because that, again, is just a line. So let's create that object. Now this object won't do anything. So if we actually print this out real quick and click run, you can see it has a couple of properties. Control 1, Control 2, Control 3, whatever. You don't need that. Show points, false. And then you just have the service that has both the functions. Okay, so show points currently doesn't do anything. I think I had plans for it before. I'm back after editing and I added implementation for the show points argument. So what you're going to want to do here is fill it in as normal, such as tweenCurve. Let's pick out some random points. 4th point as undefined, true. And then as the last parameter, you're going to make an object with rad, which will be the radius of the circles, and then a style function. This function will just style the canvas. So you can use any canvas functions such as set stroke color, set stroke width, set fill color, just to customize how the curves look. It'll look like this. And then if you want to get rid of the curve afterwards, you can just use the Bezier object .delete curve function. So that'll look like this. It'll be about 5 seconds. And it's gone. Let me know in the comments if there's any bugs in this. Now, if we just create a tween, button 1, the property and final dimension do not matter. So you can just put whatever, just as long as you have something there. And let's just put Bezier object. Bezier object. I believe that's the value. So we actually just don't need the object. And boom. You can see here, it moves in this curved way, which is pretty cool. Another thing you can do is if we just add a 4th point, so I get 84 to 44, sure. You can see it sort of curves up a bit, so you might want to mess with that. So if you're thinking, oh, I wish there was like an easier way to do this, there are a couple of other options. First, you can tween it, but tween up to 4 points. So if I have these radio buttons, I could just put, instead of all this, radio _ button 1, change value. And now it should go in between all of these. So that can make it easy, especially if you want to curve it about 3 or 4 objects. There is an even better way to create curves, and that is the next library I will be going over.